You like this view? No. Okay, good. Well, I don't know, maybe you did. Who knows? You only got like a second's view of it because it moved too quickly, but speaking of moving quickly, we've got to get out of here, which is also the reason why I moved quickly. Now, please mind your lane, sir, and please mind my broken blinky blink. Yeah, we're getting out of here. It's 10:38 in the morning. Train leaves at 11:02. Usual stuff here. Except for maybe people blowing into the sidewalk. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I'm on my way to senior project. I woke up this morning and I still needed to do a thing. I didn't realize the deadline for it was actually apparently supposed to be last night. Just because obviously I plan on doing most things like now. But yeah, so last night was pretty cool because I watched the rest of the Eagles game after I got home, and it was very, very, very close victory. But all is fine, good, and dandy, and well, I am happy. I need to get gas at some point this weekend. I am like getting fairly low for what I like to have, just in case something stupid happens and I know I can't get gas or something. But I made tea to take with me today. If you hear my throat's acting up, that's because the allergies are acting up, which means that yes, I have been terribly sniffy and sneezely and sniffly and all that other junk that nobody really wants. Yep. But yeah, so I had to do that assignment today. I mean, I was planning on doing it now, but thankfully we were allowed to have the extension to continue doing the assignment, even though the due date was supposed to be last night. Oops, that's my bad, I guess. I didn't see the due date until, well, this morning, so that's my first problem. But yeah, so all that's good and done. My cup is there, full of liquids that are still really hot. I need to stop the tea from steeping soon. Because for whatever reason, I have a tendency when I go out in public to pick a tea that I need to stop steeping, and I don't stop steeping. Because there are some teas that like you can get away with just, you know, leaving the bag in the cup eternally, and it'll be fine. And for whatever reason, when I go out in public, I always pick the ones that's a terrible idea for. Yay. Always fun. But yeah, so that's what's happening today. Really just senior project. I'm coming back home. I don't really have time to do much else because, as I mentioned the other day, we've got a lot of stuff happening up in the near vlog future. This, I think they trimmed the trees, but they did it to look rather square. Like, look at how square all this looks. Like it's really, really squared away. Okay, this one's a little bit rounded, but I don't know. I just think it's really funny. I don't know that I've noticed that before. How like very precisely and squarely they've cut the thing. And obviously, I take you guys down here almost every day, and I come down here almost every day, and I've still apparently never bothered to notice that. Oh, which is always a grand time. I'm gonna go catch this train, and from there, well, we'll see what happens. I don't have the GoPro with me, so I don't know if anything else stupid will happen downtown today, but I don't have a way to film it if I do. Well, time to do this all over again, shall we? It is 5:55 at night, going as per usual to get Sarah. Even though I don't think I've taken you guys to get Sarah in a while. And I say that, but I probably took you guys yesterday. I have the T6i with me for no particular reason. I just finished filming the little... It disheartens me every time when I get in my car and I forget about it, and then I turn on my signal and hear the rapid blinking. Every time. Okay. Let's go. But yeah, so I'm going to get Sarah. It's a pretty usual thing. As you can see, it is 5:56 on my watch. But yeah, I just finished filming the segment that I tacked on to yesterday's about the card. Because I was going to show that yesterday, and then I didn't feel like it until it was too late, so I just straight up didn't. But yeah, it kind of sucks that I lost a card. And I was briefly talking about the segment. It was a fast one. So what that means is that it actually allows me to write data a whole lot faster to it. So because the T6i is a little bit weaker in terms of raw amount of images I can have in the camera that are still being written, because like obviously there's a little bit of a delay between, you know, when I'm recording right now and the footage and as it's getting written to the camera. And it doesn't really affect 1080p video footage as much, because class 10 cards, which is that little C with the 10 on it on the cards, are perfectly capable of handling 1080p video. But when you're shooting raw at, you know, it's like 30 megabytes an image, rough estimate, like it takes a little while to write that to a card. And so when I only have a 6-shot buffer is what it's called, it lags behind a little bit if I don't have a faster card, because those cards are significantly faster. Because for the most part, I don't really run into buffer issues when I'm using the faster cards. When I'm not using the faster cards, oh boy, you can tell it. And also for the fact of I don't have any cameras except for the GoPro that are capable of doing 4K, but I definitely need the faster cards to do 4K. So that kind of sucks a little bit. But, well, I'll probably replace it at some point, because most of my cards, like especially all of the really, really big cards that I have, like the one I'm recording to right now, they all really exist more for capacity than speed, because they're from the kind of, I guess, what we're in now, the end of the 1080p days, where I really got these cards just because they held a lot of data, not that they were particularly fast written. And that was also before I owned this thing, which also, you know, again, holds, like, I need the ability to hold a lot of data, but also to write it quickly. But that's the thing, is that I don't shoot as often with this thing, so when I do shoot with it, I need to be able to run quickly. But obviously, it's important for me to have capacity for the vlog camera, because, well, I keep a card in this vlog camera for sometimes, like, a week on end or so. And if I only have 90 minutes on a vlog, which some of the smaller cards do only have 90 minutes of footage, you know, that can get a little ending. Like, it ended pretty quickly. This card holds a lot, though. 64 gig cards, like, I've got four, almost 5 hours left. Oh well. Anyway, I need to head down to the train station to go get Sarah, and then eventually, I don't know, something will happen. Probably not really anything, really. Of course. Hi, Copper. Hi, buddy. How's Bag Cat doing, huh? He's a good bag cat.
Week, 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 week.
Time to get a Wawa.
You know, like, you pointed your finger at me, now pet me.
Who's a good cat? Are you a good cat?
Oh no, I pet him. That was a mistake.
You're gonna get climbed.
I'm gonna get climbed. He says, actually, maybe not. Hello, bag cat. Are you still a sneezy bag cat?
Probably. Where are we going?
It's a Wawa.
Yeah, right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little fun montage. I worked for a little while now, and I'm busy creating. Well, I did create my to-do list for this weekend, and it looks pretty jam-packed, as I mentioned that it probably would be. So what I'm actually been doing for the moment is I'm actually dumping the card. This is little card 4 that I mentioned earlier is getting retired. There's still some stuff on it, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, so I actually went and dumped all the photos that were on it into Lightroom, and this is all footage. Because I think a lot of it's vlog related, so I wound up creating a project file that I'm going to be working off of this weekend. So I figured with that I'm actually probably going to wind up actually dumping just about, well, everything else that actually needs to get dumped. Yeah, because today is 1028, and then this project will also hold 1029 because we've still got quite a few days left to go before we're off the hook. But that doesn't really matter. It's 1024 at night, so I'm really not going to do too much else. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed today. I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun taking the T6i out and shooting with it a little bit more. I like kind of doing that and experimenting a little bit more. But regardless, I think I'm going to bed pretty shortly for the night. Maybe dump this card and then figure out where I'm going to go from there because, well, we're running out of card space pretty rapidly, especially now that I'm missing a card. So might have to wind up getting myself a new card pretty soon. Oh well, we'll figure this one out in the upcoming days.